Hello everyone, welcome you all to the computer online class. This is Sindhu David, your computer teacher. Student, in this video I will explain Unit 1 Communication Skills, Session 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So let's get started. Session 6, Pronunciation Basics. If we do not say or pronounce words correctly, others cannot understand what we are saying. In this lesson, you will learn about the common sounds used while speaking English. You will learn and practice how to say common words correctly. Pronunciation is the way you say a word, just as spelling is how you write a word. To communicate well when you speak, you need to know how to pronounce words correctly. Correct pronunciation will help you express yourself in a clear and confident manner. It will also help others to understand your words easily. We use sounds to speak. Every word is made up of one or more sounds. We put these sounds together to pronounce words. Phonetics is the study of the sounds that we make when we speak. The English alphabet has 26 letters from A to Z, but each of these letters can be pronounced in different ways in different words. We use 26 letters to write in English, but we use more than 26 sounds when we speak English. This is why a word's spelling does not always match its pronunciation. We know that the letters of the alphabet are not enough to exactly match the many different sounds we make when we speak. Let us take a closer look at the sounds we use. All English words are made of three basic types of sounds as shown in table: vowels, diphthongs and consonants. Let us learn about three different sounds in English. Vowels. The English alphabet has 5 vowels: A, E, I, O and U, but 12 vowel sounds. This means most vowels can be pronounced in different ways. We make a vowel sound when we read a vowel in a word. For example, we pronounce the letter I in the word bitch by using a vowel sound. Diphthong. This is a combination sound of two vowels. We make a diphthong sound when we combine two vowels. Diphthongs start as one vowel sound and go to another. For example, the sound OU in the word house is a diphthong or a combination. Consonants. A consonant sound is any sound that is neither a vowel nor a diphthong sound. For example, we use consonant sounds to say the letters P and T in the word pot. Let's start session 7, greetings and introductions. We use certain words called greetings before we start talking to our friends, people familiar to us or people whom we are meeting for the first time. The greetings change depending upon who we are talking to and even according to the time of the day. Greetings help us start a conversation nicely. Introduction. We use certain sentences to tell about ourselves or others to people who do not know us. This is called an introduction. There are two ways of greeting: formal greetings and informal greetings. Formal greetings are used if you do not know the person. It is used to greet senior, elderly people or people with whom we have formal relations like teachers or customers. This is used more often in school, colleges and offices. Example: hello, good morning, good afternoon and good evening. Informal greetings are used when you talk to friends, family, or a known person. Example, hi, what's up? Now let's learn how to introduce yourself and others. When you are meeting someone for the first time, or if others want to know about you, you need to introduce yourself. You can do this by telling your name and some general information like about your hometown, your job or subjects as a student, your interests, etc. Some examples of the introduction are: I'm Aman, I'm Rahul from Agra, my name is Tina, I am in class 8, hi, I'm Anu, I like cricket. We can introduce someone to others by telling their name, what they do, how we know them, or even by describing something interesting about them. For example, this is my friend Sonu. We study in the same class. She is a good singer. Let's start session 8, talking about self. When you meet someone for the first time, they may want to know more about you. You will need to introduce yourself by telling them about yourself. You usually start by telling your name, then you can talk about other things such as what you do, your age, where you live, or even about the things or activities that you like or dislike. Let's see one example. I am Harish Seth. I am in high school. I am 15 years old. I stay in Agra. I like playing chess. I dislike summers. I can write stories very well. I get angry very easily. Sometimes, instead of talking, you will have to write about yourself in a form. A form is a typed or printed page with blank spaces for information. Each form is different, so you should read it properly before filling it. Write neatly, taking care to use the correct spelling. A form usually has the following fields for personal information: name, date of birth, address, PIN code, and signature. Are you sometimes scared of asking too many questions? What happens if you do not ask questions at the right time? Why do we need to ask questions? In this session 9, you will learn about the importance of asking questions and how to get information by asking the correct questions. So let's start session 9, asking questions first. Asking questions helps us to gain new knowledge, get information. Make sure that what we know is correct. Avoid doubts, confusion, and misunderstanding. Start talking to people by asking about them and their ideas. If you do not have information about how to reach a place, you will not be able to reach it. If you do not know how to do some work, you will not be able to complete it unless you ask questions and get information. Asking all the correct questions at the right time is also important. You can follow the simple method of 5W plus 1H shown in table to make sure that you have all the information you will need for a particular word. Read out the example. Question words are who, where, when, what, why are 5W and how is 1H. Now see the use and the example. Who is used to ask about people. Example, who is the new student in the class? Where is used to ask about a place. Where does she live? When is used to ask about time. When did she join school? What is used to ask about a thing, an idea or an action. For example, what is her favorite subject? Why is used to find the reason. For example, why is she not talking to anyone in the class? How is used to find the matter. How can I help her make friends? In our day-to-day interactions with others, we often have to ask and answer questions to get information. Asking the correct questions can help us get the information we want. So let's start our session 10 asking questions part. There are two basic types of questions, close-ended and open-ended. Questions that can be answered with a yes or a no are called close-ended questions. That is because the answer options are limited or closed. For example, when we ask, do you have a TV at home? The answer could be either yes or no. Sometimes when we ask a question, we expect an answer with more details. These are called open-ended questions because their answer options are not limited or closed. For example, when we ask, what do you like to watch on TV? The answer could be, I like to watch movies on TV. In this case, the person could have also said sports, news or anything else. Let's see how to frame close-ended questions. We can form close-ended questions by adding helping verbs, also called auxiliary verbs, like be, do and have. These convey additional information such as time and mood. For example, is he there? Do I like it? Besides these, there are other auxiliary verbs, also called modal verbs, such as can, shall, may, should, could, which show possibility or necessity. For example, can you help me? Could you share your lunch with your friends? Now see how to frame open-ended questions. Using question words. We can form open-ended questions by using question words such as what, why, who, how, when and where. For example, what did you do? I went to the park. Why did you go there? I went to meet my friends. How did you go? I cycled. That's all for today's video. We have completed our Unit 1 Communication Skills.